my name's Leona from Supra Conscioussoul, and this is your Divine Feminine reading. So, I've already pulled 3 oracle cards. This is for the 16th to the 24th of September. So, I've already pulled 3 oracle cards. Now I'm going to pull your main cards for the reading. So, this is for the Divine Feminine for the week of the 16th of September 2018. What does the Divine Feminine need to know for the highest good of all? How is the Divine Feminine feeling and thinking at this time? Okay, there we go. So, we have the Old Focus as the Knight of Wands. We have the 5 of Cups with that. And the Hermit in reverse. So we have the Issue as the Ace of Wands, the 6 of Cups in reverse as you now, distracting you is the 8 of Swords, helping you is the Page of Wands, the Magician is the New Focus, moving forward we have Justice and the Sun. So, underneath the deck, we have the 4 of Wands. Now, this means that it's talking about a situation possibly involving a reunion, possibly involving more stability, more foundation, more support. Now, there is this sense of waiting, because we have the 7 of Pentacles underneath that. There's this sense of waiting. Did I put enough into this? Did I water it enough? Did I feed that soil enough? There's this sense of waiting for this reunion with the divine. There's this sense of waiting for this commitment here. Because we also have the Star underneath that and the Hierophant. So there is this sense of definitely waiting for a commitment. It's like feeling like you've done everything by the book, feeling like you've done everything by the rules, feeling in some way kind of almost deserving of it. It's like you've got to that point where you're just like, I deserve this. I really do deserve this. Now, the 4 of Wands can also be talking about some kind of harvest, yeah, after the 3. So it does promise a harvest after they get together, let's say, after they become more supportive, once they decide what it is, once the Divine Masculine decides what it is that they want, there's this promise of abundance, there's this promise of stability, a harvest, some kind of success. Now, that could be in terms of the home as well for the Divine Feminine, and it could also be in terms of finances, and finances possibly to do with work, because this can also talk about tests, exams, waiting on the results. Now, for the Rumi Oracle, we have 32, which it says she offers the sacred wine, so drink. Now, I believe that the Divine Masculine got this 2 weeks back, maybe 3 weeks back now. Now, what this card is talking about, it's 32. That breaks down to 5. It's talking about expansion. But sometimes there's a sense of constriction before this expansion. Now, it's saying that the Divine Feminine needs to take this drink. She needs to take this sacred wine, yeah? She needs to kind of get drunk on life a little bit. She needs to allow herself to get a little bit incoherent. She needs to allow herself to let go, to let her hair down, to remember what fun is. Now, this is also amplified by the work card here. Now, this is saying that the Divine Feminine may be getting too caught up in the cogs, too caught up in how things are going to work, how things are going to play out. Because we also have the Steampunk Princess, or Priestess, sorry. Now, the Steampunk Priestess with these cards, now this one is also talking about a need to just allow yourself to let go a little bit. Allow yourself to live life. Don't try and anticipate things too much, because the steampunk priestess is about clarity, a vision, trying to see beyond what is necessary for us to see and when it's necessary for us to see it, so to speak. This talks about things being revealed, clarity coming for the divine feminine in due time. Now, in some senses, it's almost like the more the divine feminine puts her energy into this work, into this thing here, because we don't have no pentacles here. So it's like the universe is saying the more you try and push against this or see beyond what is meant for you to see right now, it's almost like you just have to wait for those cogs to turn. You have to wait for the process, for the divine timing. It is all about patience with this energy. Now, the old focus is the divine feminine marching off for an adventure. This is fast movement. This is like, yeah, a message coming. I know what I'm doing now. This is going off to find adventure, going off to travel, going off to explore, going off to find this fun, this kind of initiate some kind of fun in her life or his life, depending on if you're a divine feminine that is a male. So this talks about focusing on the regrets, but next to the Hermit, we have the divine feminine no longer focusing on these regrets. We have this turning point where I feel like for some of you, either you really don't want to be around people right now, and if you don't, then it's like you're still locked into this regret energy, this remorse energy. I feel, however, if you can turn that around and look at these two cups that have, and use that to kind of power you forward towards your passions. It's like, in some senses, you may be blocked with the divine masculine in terms of your passion, but it's saying that you can go forward. There's opportunities that are going to expand you. This is energy. This is like the yes card. This is like you willing something into existence, yeah? And you deciding on a course of action, possibly. Deciding to take a certain route. Deciding to focus your energy in a particular direction. Now, what is clarifying you as the center is the Six of Cups in reverse. So this is about leaving something from the past behind, whether this is beliefs, whether this is thought patterns, whether this is repressed thoughts, repressed it's like no longer holding on for what the past can bring. In some senses, there's very much a forward focus. And with the Ace of Wands, it is a wand. We do have the Magician moving forward, look. And this is him holding that wand in his hand here. This is him decreeing something, declaring something. Yes, stating what he wants, focusing his intention. So in some senses, it's like declare what's yours is yours, and then go about following your passions. Open up your solar plexus. Yeah, open up your sacral chakra for your power and for your intimacy in relationships. Find a way to transmute that energy. So what's distracting you is that some of you are feeling a little bit trapped here. You're feeling a little bit like a victim in a situation. Now, this card says if you really feel like the victim in a situation, just stand there and call for help and wait to be rescued. But I feel like in this situation, that is not going to help you. That is stopping you from reaching this castle on this mountain here. That is stopping you reaching your destination. It's about following your own intuitive thoughts and not being trapped by others' opinions, projections of you, because it doesn't really matter what anybody else thinks about us. What really matters is what we think inside, what we bring into existence. Now, this is very much about the mind, body, and spirit needing to be in unison in order to manifest. So what's helping you is this Page of Wands. Now, this is a turning point. This is you kind of peeping over the wall and saying, actually, I've never noticed that before, and maybe I should head in that direction. Maybe I should do this. It's kind of not knowing where you're going, but having fun doing that. It's about travel, expansion, following something that you're passionate about, and that leading to some sort of growth here. This leading you towards the King of Pentacles. But it's this message or this turning point here that stops you focusing on regrets and moves you towards what it is that you're passionate about. It's finding yourself within the relationship again. Now, or within or without the relationship again for some of you. Now, we have the Justice card. This talks about balance, fairness. This talks about the universe coming in and making something right. So as you're there self-focusing with the Magician, the universe sort of corrects any imbalances. The universe is correcting, let's say, the course of events, because now you're on a different plane. Now you're on this plane of wands. There's like the cups are getting reversed, the cups are getting left behind here. It's like you're coming out of this period of solitude, this period of darkness. And if you're not, then you should be. Because we also have the Sun card. Now we have 3 major arcana. This is something that's coming in that you cannot change. This is something that we have no control over, no power over, yeah? And also the Hermit is the only other major arcana. So this is suggesting that you come out of this hermit mode. You've had enough time to sit and think about all the things that maybe went wrong. You've had enough time to think, well, maybe I could have done this different. And in some senses, this steampunk priestess is saying that you can't know what's coming with this. This is where the clarity comes with the Sun card. There's some kind of new beginning. It could be in some sort of communication that kind of, excuse me, levels things off, which brings in a sense of fairness, which allows people to have their boundaries. But it's also as you're connecting to your inner child, as you're connecting to this fun element, it's like you're not manifesting these swords anymore. Now you're starting to manifest this sense of empowerment here. So I'm going to take one more advice card here. So we've got the Ascended Master card. What advice can we give to the Divine Feminine this month? We have right. So right is very much about communication. Right, it could also be about following your passion, starting to write, starting to move forward. It's also Thoth, but it's just saying, in some senses, you're being urged to kind of write a new page or write a new story is what I'm getting. But first, the first part of that story is knowing what you need to leave behind, what you need to sacrifice, what you need to move forward with, what stirs your passions, yeah? What maybe it's writing a letter of communication with the Magician. Maybe it's writing down everything in some kind of contract for some of you, some kind of negotiation here with the Justice card as well. But whatever this contract is, I feel like, or whatever this is that comes in and balances things, yeah, it's going to allow you to definitely move forward, because the Sun card outshines all of the other cards in this reading, and it brings with it joy, it brings vitality, it brings success, and it brings abundance. Take care, stay blessed, bye bye. Thank you for watching.